Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Kate and my channel is The Lions, The Witch and The Wardrobe. Today for my Wednesday video I tried to do something creative and I've decided to make a coil pot for my little cactus. At the moment I've just been making do with an old Pyrex bowl, but I want to create its own little pot for it because it's a very special little cactus and I want to create a pot for it that has been made specifically for it. There we are. Isn't it pretty? I don't really know much about cactuses. I need to do a bit of research, but I was told in the shop that all I need to do is sort of spritz it with water once a month and it will be absolutely fine. So, and that's what I've been doing and it seems to be doing very well at the moment. I just love it so much. So what I'm going to do now is I will show you what I'm using and get going with this. I've done a little bit of ceramics in the past, but I'm talking about, oh my god, it just dawned on me how long ago, like 30 years ago, when I first went to art college in the 90s. So I'm very rusty with it and it's always something that I really loved, like the feel of the cold clay in my hands. I really used to love it, so I've been desperate to try and think of something that I can do using clay, and that's why I came up with this. So I've got some stone coloured clay from Das, and I've got a rolling pin, some clay tools, oh, a ruler, I'm sorry about the noise, a pen, and I've got a bit of baking paper, but you can use parchment paper, greaseproof paper, or anything at all that you're comfortable with doing. I'm just using that larger bit as a bit of a protective surface for my table, and I've got another smaller piece here which I'm actually going to draw an outline of the pot and then add maybe a couple of centimeters to it just to give it a bit more room and then build up from that. Hopefully it will come out okay. I've not done anything like this for a long time, so this is a bit of an experiment and I just hope it works out okay. So what I'll do now is, I'm sorry, I'm rustling that paper there, that can't be very good. Yeah, so I do apologise for that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to aim the camera to what I'm actually doing and build the pot from there. Okay, see you in a minute. I forgot to add, actually, I've also got a jar of water on hand just to help me sort of smooth the clay out a bit. Okay, I hope this is in shot okay. So I'm taking my cactus, popping it on paper, and I'm just going to draw around the base of the pot. Just so as I sort of have a starting point of how big to make the pot that I'm creating. Ooh, lots of earth come out there. Okay, so there we have it. We have that there, which is just basic circle there. And then what I'm going to do is to make a bit more room. I'm just going to measure out 2 centimeters, I think. I think that will be a fair amount. Just keep going around. I'll whiz this bit up because this will probably take a while. And now I'm just going to freehand this round here because it doesn't need to be perfect, but it's just sort of to give an idea of a starting base. There you have it. I haven't got my scissors, I'll just have to run and get them. And what I'm going to do as well, I folded this paper so that I can actually cut out 2 at the same time, so in case I make a mistake or anything, that gives me another one to work with. I am recording, aren't I? Yeah. Hello. Okay, I have to use my doggy grooming scissors. They're not my good ones, they're just ones that I use just to trim occasionally. So I've had to use these because all my other art supplies are upstairs. So speedy up. There we have 2 discs there to be able to make a start on the coil pot. Move that rubbish out of the way. I can't can't find on the pack here how long this takes to dry, so what I'll do is I'll have a Google of it and see if I can find the information, and I'll insert that here. Okay. So I'm actually going to use the one like that, put that onto the side. So there's the circle that we're going to use as a base. Now I'm going to open the clay and roll some out and try and make a flat surface that I can cut the base out of. I've got my larger piece of baking paper and I've got my rolling pin, and I'll just cut open the clay now. I'm not really sure how much I'm going to need, in all honesty. Like I say, I've not done this for a very, very long time, so God, am I even going to have enough clay in this pack? I don't know. Oh, they don't make it easy to get into these packs, do they? That's quite a dark grey, isn't it? Again, I'm very sorry about the noise. So, you know, I really need to get some better clay tools. I've got a lot of my old art supplies in storage, so I didn't want to spend too much, so I got a very cheap pack of clay tools from Hobbycraft, and I think I'm paying the price for that now. I think I do need ones, because you can get ones with like a wire string that you can cut through the clay a lot better. Okay, I better seal that up and let it dry out. So I've got my chunk of clay. If I try and sort of squeeze it more into a bit of a square or a circle. I do love the feel of clay. Can you see what I'm doing here? Yeah, just sort of squashing it together, making a bit more, just to make it easier to roll out into a circle. Okay, so let's, oh, okay, this is strange. This is, no, I'm really not doing very well here, am I? Okay. Oh dear, that's not wanting to roll out very well. Maybe if I do it one-handed. That's better, isn't it? That's better, that seems to be working. There we are. Sorry if this makes noise. See, I want it to be quite a, I don't want the base to be too thin. So I'm thinking, oh, now I'm getting my hair in it. Well, you know, adds to the character, I suppose. I don't know, maybe that's probably the right thickness, do you think? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'm trying to just smooth out these marks now. There we are, that's better. So I will now use the circle. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use my dog scissors, and I just obviously won't use them on the dogs again, because I don't think the wooden tool that I have is actually going to work. Well, this one, let's try this one first actually, see if that will. No, the scissors will be better. There we go. If I just tap at it, I am filming, aren't I? Yeah. So if I just tap at the sides just to cut through, like I say, I don't really know what I'm doing with this. I'm just experimenting, so please don't come into watching this thinking that I know what this is how to do it, because I'm sure it really isn't. This is just me trying to use what tools I have on hand to oh, that was a bit funny, to just do what the job that I want to do. But yeah, I'm sure there's some ceramicists out there I'm like, what are you doing? I know. You know, it's working at the moment, so that's cool. Right, I'm just going to speed up finishing this off so you don't have to watch me carve through the clay. And there we have it, there's our little base. Now I'm just gonna try and smooth this out a bit, just so the clay isn't so rough. I'm not expecting to produce some amazing pot like you'd find in a shop here. I know this is going to be all uneven and bumpy, and I don't mind that. I think it adds to the character. I'm not making this to sell, so I'm just experimenting here and then having it as my own home decor, so I'm not trying to produce a quality piece. So there is the base, and I'm quite happy with that. Now I will start making the coils, and thankfully after cutting this bit off I've got a bit to start with. So what I will do is I'm going to transfer this onto a piece of white card, because I need the bigger piece of parchment paper to be able to work the coils on. So there's my base. I'm going to put that to one side. Okay, let me just actually, before I do that, let's just pop that there, and let's just pop the cactus on it. See, that's got plenty of room around it, so that will be brilliant. I think that's going to work really well. Oh, let's just take those bits of earth out. I quite like the little indentation from the pot on there. Actually, it's like it's saying, yep, this is mine. So yes, I'll just pop that to one side while I start making the coils. Now again, I've not done this for over 30 years. I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. And I've not done this in over 30 years, so I could be doing this wrong. Please accept my apologies if you are experienced in this and I'm doing a terrible thing. This is going to take quite a while, I think, to build the pot up, so I'm probably going to fast forward through a lot of these pieces. Right, so it's my first little sausage to start on the coil pot. I'm not going to try and do pieces that are continuous. I'm happy to sort of piece bits together. I think I'm going to have a bit more control in doing that. But what I will do is, I'm pretty sure I had to score. So I'm going to do that alongside. In fact, I'm not going to use that for that. I can use the clay tools for that. Just score. Actually, no. You really do need the metal tools, don't you? This just gives such a better score on it. So I'm just going to continue this round, and again I'll speed this up. Just smooth that out. And I'm going to dip a bit of water and hope, oops. Do you know what I should have done? I should have actually looked at a tutorial online and saw how to do this, rather than go with my memories from 30 years ago. But here we are. So that's the first bit there. And I'm gonna hope will take. And now I'll do the next bit. Now what I'm going to do is pinch the sides down to try and smush it together, I suppose. Is that the technical term? Of course it's not. To try and join it together with the base. And so again, I will a lot of this footage is going to be sped up because it's going to be quite time consuming. Yeah, I'm just pinching down there and then just trying to smooth it out. Okay, I think I finished. It started really thinning out and sinking, and it was really difficult to work with towards the end. I think I did 6 coils in the end, and it was all kind of just flattening out and losing all its structure. So I thought I'd just run with it, and I've kind of made it so it looks like it's in a bit of a sack, if that makes sense. It's not how I expected it to go, but I quite love it. I just hope it dries okay, and then once it's varnished and that, I think it's going to look really great. But what I'll do is I'll switch this off now and show you it properly. But I really enjoyed it. It was very relaxing. it was a bit stressful when it started sinking, but I think I've kind of worked with that, and I think it's got a really cool fabric feel to it. So yeah, I do really like it. I just, like I say, I hope it dries okay. So it's Saturday afternoon now, so it's been around 24 hours since I finished this, and as you can see, it has a lot more drying to do, particularly in the bits that are thicker down the bottom here, but the top bits are drying out quite well. It has cracked a bit, and I don't know, I think it kind of adds to it, but let's be honest, it's not exactly the prettiest thing in the world. It is a bit strange and unusual, but then I love strange and unusual, so it works out quite well. I think it will look a lot better when the cactus is in it, but that's what it's looking like at the moment. It has sunk a bit in the drying process, so it will be interesting to see what it looks like when it's finished drying. So it's Sunday afternoon. I thought I'd just update about the coil pot. It is still taking a very long time to dry out, but it is starting to dry more on the base now, so hopefully in the next couple of days in a lot more of a drier position. I was hoping to get this varnished and finished for Wednesday's video, but now that it's Sunday and it's still sort of in this state, I'm worried that's not going to happen. It's Monday afternoon, and as you can see, it still has a lot more drying to do, so I don't think it's going to be finished for Wednesday. But what I'll do is I'll film again tomorrow and see where it's at, and then put the video together, and then I'll probably have to update in a later vlog, which I have to see. It's Tuesday evening, and unfortunately the pot is still not dry, so I'm not going to be able to finish it off for this video, but I will update it in a later vlog. Thank you for watching. Bye.